Alrighty. So now we're starting off third episode of Edith Finch. What remains of Edith Finch? We just figured out how Molly died. And I think it was being eaten by a sea monster, but that's the way the story goes. But as I've been saying in the last couple of episodes, this game is just aesthetically gorgeous. That's how we got in. Owl, the cat, the bunny. Looks like a duckbill. It won't let me go through there. Nope.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Probably the cat that we keep hearing.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
I didn't know she could get into this room. Book of Memories, Birds, Tale of Tales. So it must be, I don't know. She obviously liked birds a lot. I think that's a cockatiel. My grandson has a cockatiel.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Hats.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
So it's my friend Bigfoot, Sam. Wait, let's see. I'm trying to read it. Edith, Lake Trips, Sam Photo Award, Conspiracy. Maybe you guys can read these better than I can. Random junk. Just some home videos, I guess. So many books.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
80 sounds like a lot of fun. Before we go through that door, let's make sure we're seeing all this stuff.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Wow, so many people died.
Her room was like a museum.
I hope you guys are enjoying all this detail. I'm kind of taking it slow because it's really just amazing.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Why would you bring your entire house if you wanted to leave the curse behind?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
So she built the new Finch house.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
All right, so we know how Odin died and how Molly died. And Molly was Odin and Edie's daughter. I guess, no, his daughter was Edie and Molly was Edie's daughter. Right? So we're getting into these bedrooms that... This was Edie's bedroom. It looks like she had oxygen tank. She's the one that needed the... She's the one that needed the wheelchair, I'm assuming, and the chair that gets you up the stairs. Oh my, pink shag carpeting. This is the bathroom that you couldn't get into. Medicines.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Oh, there's another key. There's a Secret in the Bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Looks like a dark room. Yep, it's a dark
Sven
room.
gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Tough to get through here a little bit. So it looks like Milton had been here too. Oh, Mitten. Oh no, Milton. Milton. Oh, this is the room where half of it was... Nah, we're not gonna stop for that save point because that was too short. Let's just keep going. Captured. Well, there's steps that go up there, guys.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did.
Oh, so they want me to do both. Okay. Now I get it.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe
Really going now,
he'd
guys.
still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
So you had to do that, guys. Both joysticks. Back and forth, back and forth.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
So now we know how Calvin died, Molly, and Odin. Wow, what a weird, strange family story. I guess there's a Finch curse. Now let's go down here.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Let's go up here. What happened here? Steps go up.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Guess we can't go up there. He just stored stuff up there. So this is the way we came through. Oh, here's something. Here's something, guys. Come on. Ooh, secret passage. Pull that thing. Let's go.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Should we go this way first? Or this way first? Just remember we had come back this way. And then make the right.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
So this is Barbara's room. Gonna find out how Barbara died. Swan Lake. Guitar.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks.
I'm gonna remember that.
I'll be back
The
in a
music
sec.
box. Gotta keep winding and winding.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, I gotta do this. Okay. Reach. Turn and turn
As she
and
wound
turn.
the key, she listened for Rick, but the
There's
house
the key.
was silent.
Now we're going to the basement as a comic book character. I've never played as a comic book
Found
character.
Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
There's some blood. Pool table. I love pool. Follow the blood.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh, nice. I'm just like smashing stuff just to... Where's the blood go? Well, this is the table saw blood. Here we go. He's in the refrigerator.
It rattled and grew still.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
All right, now we gotta move again, guys. How do we come up? How is it? Oh, look at this chair. It's one of those like egg seats that's like swingy egg seats. All dressed up for Halloween and trick or treat. Okay. Skate. Is this his door? Walter.
Walter, are you there? Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
There's the hook.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Yeah, get him. Get him, girl.
And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out.
This game is fantastic.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Good fall.
He
Hook
wasn't
man.
moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
She's very slow, guys. She's super slow. Where is he?
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
She's very slow.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh. Oh. It's more than one.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her.
Oh. Oh.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Yeah. Oh, gross. Gross.
Edie told me
Alright.
all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
I think that's a save point, guys. So we figured out Barbara, yeah. So we'll stop this one there. And, oh my. This is a fantastic game. Just so well done. Alright, we'll be back. Love you guys.